Let's be brutally honest for a second. In the vast, unpredictable universe of sexual activity, there's one particular act that many folks, especially men, tend to treat like the get-out-of-jail-free card. You know exactly what I'm talking about: receiving oral sex. The logic seems bulletproof, right? I'm just lying there. I'm the receiver. I'm not doing anything risky. It's a cozy little myth, a soothing illusion. But here's the cold, hard truth. That idea isn't just wrong, it's dangerously wrong. But first, please like the video. The more people like it, the more YouTube will distribute it to people who don't have access to doctors or hospitals. Also, please share the video with your friends and family. Many lives can be saved with your help, so share it. For a long time, there's been a major blind spot in how we think about oral sex. Lots of people don't even consider receiving it as a real risk. They treat it like a one-way street, and the person kicking back thinks they've got nothing to worry about. But here's the thing: your body and the bacteria, viruses, and fungi that come with it don't give a flying fig about social norms. They follow biology, and biology, she plays by her own rules. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this widely accepted myth. We're diving into 5 infections you can absolutely catch from receiving oral sex. And I promise you, number 5, it's gonna shock you. Most folks have never even heard of it, let alone considered the risk. Now look, I'm not here to freak you out. I'm here to empower you. Because when it comes to your health, ignorance isn't bliss, it's danger with a polite smile. So let's dig in. Before we get to the specific infections, you need to understand one simple concept that explains the whole risk. Ready? You're bringing 2 totally different biological worlds into intimate, unfiltered contact. Imagine your partner's mouth as a bustling, overcrowded city, like downtown New York during rush hour. It's teeming with life. Billions of bacteria, fungi, and microorganisms call it home. That's their natural stomping ground, what we call the oral flora. Now picture your urethra, the tube inside your penis, as a clean surgical suite, a sterile, tightly controlled environment. It's not used to visitors, it's not built for them. So what happens when this bacterial Times Square comes marching into your pristine little operating room? Chaos, and sometimes infection. But we're not just talking about everyday mouth germs. We're talking about some of the big, bad, name-brand infections that you absolutely can catch from receiving oral sex. So, let's break them down. First up, HPV, human papillomavirus. This is the most common sexually transmitted infection on Earth. Most people think of it as something you catch from genital to genital contact. Nope. It also thrives in the mouth and throat, and most of the time, there are 0 symptoms. If your partner has oral HPV and they go down on you, you could end up with genital warts. But it gets more serious. Some high-risk HPV strains are known to cause penile cancer. That's not a scare tactic, that's a medical fact. And it all starts with a risk that many folks think doesn't even exist. Second, Candidiasis. Fancy name, very common culprit. You've probably heard it as a yeast infection or oral thrush. This isn't a bacteria or a virus, it's a fungus, Candida fungus to be exact. If your partner has oral thrush, they can pass those fungal spores directly to your penis. The result? A condition called balanitis, inflammation of the head of the penis. The symptoms aren't subtle. We're talking intense redness, maddening itching, swelling, and a thick, clumpy white discharge under the foreskin. And yes, it all starts with a simple mouth-to-penis transfer of yeast. Next up is one you've definitely heard of, herpes. Specifically, herpes simplex virus type 1, HSV1. This is the one that gives you cold sores around the mouth. Now here's the kicker. If your partner has an active cold sore and they perform oral sex on you, that virus can travel south and settle in. You don't get a cold sore on your genitals. you get genital herpes, and HSV1 is quickly becoming a major cause of genital herpes exactly because of this. That tiny little blister on the lip, it's packed with virus, and one moment of contact is all it takes. Now, number 4 is an oldie, but it's making a comeback: syphilis. The early sign of syphilis is a sore called a chancre. It's usually round, firm, and completely painless, which makes it sneaky as heck. Someone could have one on their inner lip, tongue, or throat and have no clue. They might think it's just a harmless little canker sore. But if that sore touches your penis during oral sex, boom, you've got syphilis. A silent infection that starts with a kiss and ends with a prescription. And now, infection number 5, the one that really catches people off guard. We're talking about bacterial urethritis. Translation? That's inflammation of your urethra, and let me tell you, it's about as fun as a surprise root canal. This happens when bacteria from your partner's mouth, yes, even the so-called normal ones, sneak into your urethra and throw a party. That party ends in burning when you pee and a mysterious discharge that leaves you wondering what went wrong. But here's the twist. Sometimes it's not just normal bacteria. The same bacteria that cause gonorrhea and chlamydia, yep, the STIs with the greatest hits, can also live in the throat. That's right. Your partner could have picked up gonorrhea or chlamydia in their throat by giving oral sex to someone else. And because these infections often cause no symptoms in the throat, no sore throat, no fever, nothing, they could have no idea they're carrying it. So what happens? They go down on you. They transfer the bacteria into your urethra. A few days later, you're at the doctor saying, "But we didn't even have sex." Guess what? You did. Oral sex is sex, and it's a well-documented route of transmission for these infections. And yes, the person receiving oral sex is the one who gets the genital infection. So now that we've dragged all this out of the shadows, what can you do? Should you swear off oral sex forever and join a monastery? Absolutely not. Intimacy is beautiful, and you don't have to live in fear. You just have to be smart. The number one way to protect yourself, and I know this is where some people squirm, is using a condom during oral sex. Yep, even then. I get it. It's not glamorous. It's not in the movies, but it is incredibly effective. There are ultra-thin, flavored condoms designed just for this. They preserve sensation, and they build a barrier between your clean room urethra and the microbial Times Square. If that's a bridge too far, then your next best defense is good old communication, especially in a committed monogamous relationship. Talk to your partner, get tested together, ask the uncomfortable questions. Do you ever get cold sores? When was your last STI screening? And here's a pro tip. If you see even a tiny sore on your partner's lip, take a rain check. Postpone the pleasure, because waiting 2 weeks is a whole lot better than dealing with herpes for life. The bottom line, awareness is your shield. Just by watching this video, you now know more than millions of people out there who still think oral sex is a no-risk freebie. And before we wrap up, I want to talk about another topic that doesn't get nearly enough attention: performance. For so many men, especially as we get older, trouble getting or staying hard isn't just a physical issue. It hits your confidence, strains your relationship, and eats at you inside. But here's the thing most men don't realize. A lot of performance issues have nothing to do with attraction or age. They stem from a deeper root cause. I found a fascinating video that explains how a simple, all-natural, 7-second remedy can help reverse that root cause, restoring strong, reliable performance without pills, pumps, or gimmicks. If that piques your interest, go check it out. Just point your phone's camera at the QR code on the screen, or click the direct link pinned at the top of the comments. All right, let's bring this home. Oral sex is real sex. It's intimate, it's vulnerable, and yes, it comes with real risks. But with the right knowledge, you don't have to be scared. You can be confident, empowered, and in control. Now I want to hear from you. Did anything on this list surprise you? Especially the fact that gonorrhea and chlamydia can hide out in someone's throat and still be transmitted to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And hey, if this video opened your eyes, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, and more importantly, share it with someone who needs to hear this. You could be the reason someone avoids a painful infection, or worse. Don't forget to subscribe for more straight talk health facts that can genuinely make a difference in your life. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.